Yo, it's official. Like a referee with a whistle. So like and share the episode. What up? What up? What up, Mike? Yeah. A lot of things going on in this crazy, beautiful, wacky world that we live in. You know, a lot of us know people that's not here no more. Some people been gone. So regardless of how crazy it may be, at least we're still living to talk about it. And at least we have the possibilities of doing something about it. You know what I'm talking about? Because you're not going to like everything that's going on around you. You're not going to like everything that you see. But at least you're here and you can do something about it. If you have the opportunity to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's just how life is sometimes. You know, worry about the things that you can control and don't worry about the things that you can't. You know what I'm saying? And focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? And your weaknesses, work on them. But spend most of your time on your strengths. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? We can always get better. That's a given. You know what I'm saying? That's a given. But, you know, with that being said, you know, I got this question. Some dude wanted to know how he should. I guess his girl cheated on him or whatever with his buddy, one of his good buddies, one of his tight buddies. You know the type, one of his close buddies. You know the one that you known for a long time. One of them type buddies. You know what I'm saying? You went to high school together, went to college together. He smashed his girl on the side. You know what I'm saying? One of them type buddies. One of them good old boys. One of them good old buddies, boy. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those types. Are you known for a long time? You be like, man, I can't believe he'd do that to me, man. And I always say, that's not a good idea to think. Never think that your good buddy or your mom or your dad or your sister, your brother, never think that they won't do you wrong or they won't do something dirty towards you. I mean, the likelihood of it happening in most cases, as far as cheating goes, is highly unlikely. But it just depends on what type of family you have, or or what type of people you have around you. But you got some trifling family members out here too. It just depends on your family. See, every family dynamic is different, just like every friendship is different, regardless of the person. And you have to understand, a lot of people don't respect people's boundaries. A lot of people don't really have a concept of what that is. Even if you tell them, they'll be like, oh, my bad. You know what I'm saying? I already know this and this and whatever. And they'll probably still do the same shit over again. So a lot of people don't really respect people's boundaries. There's some people just like that. I'm sure you met some people that were like that too. Men and women. They just don't. They just don't think that way. They don't have the same moral compass as you do, or as I do. A lot of people don't think like. A lot of people think like this. By any means necessary. So if they want something, or if they want to be with somebody, they don't sit down and think like, "Hey, what what do I have to do to get it without getting in any trouble or rubbing people the wrong way?" No, most people don't. Most people, especially people from overseas, they don't think like that. They think by any means necessary. In most cases, they don't really have a. They don't really think like, okay, I don't want to get in any trouble with the law or the police or get fined. They don't really think. Most people don't really think like that. The only people that really think like that is mostly Black American people. Believe it or not, I've been around a lot of groups of people. When they want to do something, they're not really sitting around thinking about who they're gonna offend very much. I'm talking man talk now. Guys from other groups aren't really sitting around about thinking about their buddy, or they see a girl they want, they'll just go after her. They don't really sit around and be like, "Oh, I hope I don't offend none of my buddies," or anything like that. Well, I don't want to break the law, or nah. Most of them guys don't think like that. We're the only person that think like that for obvious reasons. You know what I'm saying? It's for obvious because we're targets out here anyway. So it's one wrong move, we could end up in prison. That's just the reality of the situation. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's not in the same position. I probably shouldn't. You might be saying, well, that's no shit. You know what I'm saying? What else is new? But I'm just saying, sometimes I have to say that to people every once in a while. Everybody's not in the same position in living in North America. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Now, I mean, you might say, well, I didn't ask for it. Well, shit, I didn't ask for it either. I was born into this shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't ask for a lot of things, but it is what it is. And the shit is on me now. If you don't like something, you gotta change, or at least try to change it, or do something about it. You know what I'm saying? So I would say in most cases, if somebody does something that I don't like, and I ain't talking about just a miscommunication or some shit like that, or well, I didn't mean to do it. I'm talking if somebody do something just straight up foul, and the shit was planned. It's like, I give you an example. A couple months ago, I let my one of my cousins use my car, right? A spare car, whatever. And he crashed it. It was all fucked up inside, dirty, and cigarette all over the fucking place. Alcohol all this shit was trash, basically. And crash had an accident somewhere. I don't fucking know where. And he lied about it. He lied about the accident that he had. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm doing you a favor. by doing this. And this is how you do me? This is what I get for trying to do you a favor. I ain't had to do shit. You know what I'm saying? I could have said, nah, can't do it. Can't help you. But that's what I get for trying to look out for somebody that I known all my life. But shit was kind of foul. And not only that, now he came to pick up the car, right? From my house at the time. When it was time to now he only needed the car because his truck was in the shop. Because he crashed it. So it was supposed to be 30 days. 30 days ended up being 3 months. Right? And on top of that, I had to go pick the car up because he was so busy being busy doing whatever, he couldn't bring the car back. So not only did he crash the car, it was dirty as he trashed it and crashed it. I had to go pick it up. So I'm like, yo, what the hell's going on, man? What the hell is this? So now I got to fall back now. I don't know what the fuck going on. And when I picked the car back up, he wasn't at home. He just left the keys in there. And, I picked, I grabbed the keys, and that's when I discovered that the shit was filthy. All shit all over the place. I don't like driving in a dirty car. I don't like anything dirty. So, but that's what I get. So now I got to fall back on you. I got to get away from you because I don't know what the hell going on. But this ain't the person that I grew up with, that I've been known for since we were kids. That shit was foul. It was like he was trying to dodge me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the hell going on? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so now I ain't, I haven't talked to him since. I haven't called him since. I've seen him one time, but I didn't have much to say after that. Now let me tell you what happened one time. I don't like when people do this shit. You know how this probably happened to you before. You know how somebody will call you and y'all might know the same people, and he happened to be over to this person's house that called me. So she was like, she gave him the phone, and then he started talking on her phone. I don't like when people do that shit. That's kind of some bullshit when people do that. Because it's kind of like, he know if he called me, I probably ain't gonna answer more than likely. But she called. I guess she assumed that I'm gonna answer her phone call. So he wants to talk to me, but he's gonna tell her to call so he can grab the phone. That's some bullshit. I don't like that type of shit. I don't like that type of shit. I don't like when people do that. So I just got off the phone. I didn't stay on the phone very long. 5 minutes, I was like, I didn't really have much to say to both of them now, But when people do foul shit like that, I kind of fall back. I got to get away from them. Because I don't take things like that very lightly. I take things like that seriously. And I don't know about you. I'm the type of person, I can be very aggressive. when people do stuff that I don't like. So I've been wanting to get at people. So see, I was raised not to do anything to a family member, like a brother, sister, cousin. You know what I'm saying? My parents told me never ever attack your family members. Just punish their ass by cut them off. See, they said cut them off. That's enough punishment for them. That'll bother them. You know. But I was taught not to attack family members. So this is the reason why if any family member does anything that I don't like, see, I have to get away from you. Like any good buddy that do anything that I don't like, I have to get away from you. Cause, I don't know what the hell's going on with this person. Now maybe he was a hater. He turned into a hater over the years. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Some people like that. Some people over time, they can be your biggest supporter, but all of a sudden they become salty later on. And it ain't got really much to do with you. It has to do with them. They become salty because things aren't going so well for them. And they looking at you and they were like, shit going well for everybody else except for me. So they become salty over time. That happens a lot to a lot of people. They become haters over time. But I ain't got nothing to do with the rest of us. Shit, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? What type of bullshit is that? But it happens to a lot of people. It happens to a lot of people that way. So now, if it's a girl, let's say the girl you got kids with the girl or the woman. You're gonna have to suck that up, man. If you got kids for the woman, if she slept with your buddy, and you're gonna have to do it for the kids. You're gonna have to do it for the kids, and it's gonna be hard. It's not gonna be easy, but you're gonna have to suck that up because if you don't maintain a good relationship with your child's mother, it's going to affect your relationship with the kids. It's gonna be hard now. It's not gonna be easy. But sometimes we gotta put our feelings to the side and do what's best for the kids. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you don't got no kids with this woman, oh well, cut that bitch off and move on. You know what I'm saying? Well, shit. Who cares? I remember I had a girl cheat on me before. This was a long time ago. It's like what? What's like 2006? Yeah, it's like 2006. I would think. Yeah. But check this out. She was on her way out anyway, so I didn't really care. And she was moving away. So as soon as I found out she was moving away, because her dad was moving. Her dad was in the airlines, right? Working for the airlines at the time. So once I got the word that he was moving, I knew she was moving. So the relationship was downhill once I found that out. So I think she might have cheated like 3 months later or some shit like that, which I didn't, like I said, I didn't really care. Because I already pretty much was like, oh, this relationship is over. She's going to move. And I might see her I'll see her again, but we ain't gonna be together like we are now. So, so when it happened, I was like, oh, okay, whatever. It's, I mean, you leaving anyway, so, it ain't matter at this point, And when she moved, I saw her like what, twice? She came back to visit like twice, which was cool, but I already knew what type of person she was. So I wasn't like shocked when she cheated with somebody. And I didn't even know who the dude was. I didn't even care. I didn't even ask anything about the dude at all. Because I didn't really care. Because she was on her way out. You know what I'm saying? But I never looked at her the same since then. When she cheated with the guy, I never looked at her the same. Because I saw her after that 2 times, but I never looked at her the same. You know what I'm saying? Because of what let me tell you how she justified her cheating at the time. Even though I didn't care. She was like she basically was the type that would hold a lot of stuff in and wouldn't say what's on her mind or whatever. So what would happen is she would blow up. But by the time she blew up, she already done a whole gang of shit. So I'm like, why you didn't say nothing 6 months ago? I mean, I can't read your mind all the time now. I'm not around you. I'm not around her all the time. So, but that's what type of person she was, though. So when she told me she had some other guy, I mean, I wasn't tripping, And like, I know she was on her way out, so I'm like, okay. One less headache I got to worry about. But I wasn't really tripping. But you know what? The funny thing is, as I've gotten older, when it comes to like just the idea of cheating, a woman cheating on you, it ain't really that big of a deal. It ain't really something that I get upset over. Really. It really ain't. It's not something I would get upset over. Compared to when I was younger. Not at all. And I think it's because I looked at it like if she's willing to cheat with somebody else, he better be a bad motherfucker, boy. He better be. And he better be willing to take you as you are. Cause and see when it comes to a woman sleeping with a guy, it's not the act. The idea of her being with another guy is one thing. But the thing is, see, I don't know that guy. And I know how a lot of guys be scheming. So I don't really want that type of, I don't want that type of vibe around me. So that's why if if a woman was to cheat on me, and if I didn't know about it, and all of a sudden I found out about it, I would seriously consider kind of falling back and getting away from her. Because I don't really know. I'm not going to sit around and be thinking like, oh, start asking questions. Why'd you do it? Was it me, or was it something I was doing, or you lacking in some type of way? Look, man, if somebody's sneaking around, creeping at night on you, that ain't got nothing to do with you in most cases. Unless you, got ED, you can't get up or something like that, or you'll cripple, some shit, you get popping some pills and you got health problems. Okay, yeah, that makes sense why she would probably want a guy on the side. And if that was the case, hell, you shouldn't even have to sneak. She shouldn't even have to sneak around. If that's the case, that should be something y'all sit down and talk about. Hell, you can work that out. That makes practical sense. If you can't get up or stay up, hell, somebody else got to hit that thing every once in a while. I'm just saying. So that makes practical sense. Y'all should be able to talk about that. But so you don't have to sneak around. If you have health problems, health issues, the shit happens. And vice versa. If a woman have health problems and, she can't perform, hell, a guy might have another broad on the side every once in a while. That makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to sneak around. You can talk about that shit, work that shit out in some type of way. Hell, you don't got to bring the girl home or the guy home and get a hotel room or go to their house or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you got health problems or whatever, that shit happens. I don't think anybody should sneak around. Now, I know some guys are not going to be able to get away with being honest because it's because how the relationship started off. The relationship started off with lies. And the relationship is fragile. It ain't solid. So that's why people they feel like they have to lie on every guy. It's built on lies. So if the relationship is built on lies, well, shit, you got to keep lying, basically, because shit is fragile. It ain't built on shit. So that's what you get. Sad but true. And I think a lot of people like lies. The lies sound better. The truth can be tough sometimes. And if you're around anybody that can't have a hard time, you have a hard time being honest with, or you have to walk around on ice shells. Yeah, I don't know how you deal with that. I don't know. I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? No. I mean, if you're in your 20s, okay, is one thing. But you're in your 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s, and you still got to keep lying to everybody. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. Life is too short, man. I don't know. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I got too much shit that I'm trying to do to be keeping up with the lies. There's no way I could do it. Shit. I mean, but some people live that life. And you have some guys, they just lack confidence. So that's why they got to lie. They just lack. It don't matter who they get. It don't matter who they get with. They lack confidence, so they gonna lie off top. And some women, they eat that shit up. They eat that shit up, boy. They be like, oh shit, he talks so good. He talk good, smell good, look good, and he lied good too. They call him the Lion King. Yeah, but a situation like that, if she ain't got, if you don't got no kids for that woman, it personally, it would be hard for me to look at her the same ever again. And it's not just because of the sex or her being with another guy. It's much deeper than that for me. It's like, see, I don't like looking over my shoulder when I'm out and about in public. You got a lot of fucking a lot of these guys are lunatics. A lot of these guys will let a married woman or a woman that's with another guy, they'll get turned out by that woman. They'll let a married woman turn them out. And they'll start stalking the bitch and doing all this crazy shit. I don't got time for all that. I've heard a lot of crazy shit that a lot of these guys been doing over the past, 30 years? I'm like, you got to be kidding. Just when I think I've heard it all, I'm wrong. You got guys that's married that's stalking the girl on the side. He's worried about what the girl on the side is doing on her free time, which, in logically speaking, it makes no sense. Why would you, as a married man, be so, why would you put so much time and effort in and be so concerned about what the side chick is doing? You shouldn't care what the side chick is doing. Only thing you shouldn't be concerned about is when you call, you smash, she come over, and that's it. See you next time. But you got these guys that they want to control the wife at home, and they want to control the side piece. You're like, what? Which makes no sense, whatsoever. But you got a lot of guys out there that's like that. You'd be like, what? They'll call you on the phone and all kind of shit. You'd be like, who the hell is this motherfucker calling me on the phone? Like, what the hell? He's calling random guys on the phone that the side piece is talking to. And the dude, like, how'd you get my number? Oh, I saw it in her phone. I'm like, whose phone? You'll call her name. You'd be like, what? It'd be that type of shit. Yeah. And I've gotten phone calls like that where guys call me and was like, yo, such and such. I'm like, yeah, who this? Oh, I'm whatever. I'm Jermain. So I'm like, why are you calling me? Oh, I saw your number in her phone. Yeah, but why you call me? He didn't even have an answer. He just saw the number in the phone and he just wanted to call to see who the number was. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? So you got that type of shit. You have these types of people out here, degenerates. It's a degenerate way of thinking. I mean, if you find a woman if you find a number in your woman's phone, don't call me, man. You talk to her about that shit. If you think she's talking to somebody, you talk to your wife or your girlfriend about that shit. Don't call me. I don't give a damn if it is my number. If you know, even if you know the number, don't call me. Deal with her. So that's the type of dynamic that's the type of shit that I don't want to deal with. That's why I would rather cut her off and move the fuck on. You know, I don't want to be looking over my shoulder at night. Or some old maniac is trying to find out who I am. You know, I ain't got time for all that. And situations like that where your girl was cheating on you, it's really hard to deal with situations like this because you don't know who that guy is. You don't know if he might flip out. He might flip out on you. He might flip out on her. You know what I'm saying? Some people say, well, you should be able to sit down and talk to him like a man. Well, why do I want to talk to him? I don't have nothing to talk to him about. I don't know him. I didn't ask to be involved with this guy. I didn't ask to talk to him. What I want to talk to him for? Well, I don't have no questions to ask. You know what I'm saying? Well, you say, oh, he want to talk to you. What do you want to talk to me for? I don't have nothing to talk to the guy about. So when somebody crosses my boundaries like that, I don't really have nothing else left to say. You know? I don't know. Whenever somebody done some shady shit, I don't really have nothing left to say. Really? I mean, I don't know. What else is there to say? I mean, we're not talking about a miscommunication here. We're talking about you did what you did. You cheated. You cheated with my buddy. I mean, you could have now as you my buddy, you could have slept with any woman you wanted in the city, in the town. But you chose to sleep with the girl that I live with. I mean, how do you justify that? Come on, man. How do you justify that? You can't. You can't justify that. And not only did you sleep with him once, you slept with him 4, 5, 6, 10 times. The shit might have been going on for 6 months, 12 months. He might be one of them guys that the shit been going on for years. And your buddy's around all the time. Yeah, kicking it with y'all. He come over for the cookout. He come over for the holidays because his family is a long way. So you call your buddy over. Hey, you can come over, man, for New Year's Eve or Christmas, Thanksgiving. Your family in California, and y'all live in North Carolina. His family in California. So you've been nice to him for all these years, telling him to come over during the holidays because he don't got no family in the town. And that's what you get for being nice. You invited this fool over to your house for all these years, and he's smashing your wife, your girlfriend, the whole damn near the whole time, and you never knew nothing about it. That's what you get for being nice, you know? And he tries to justify it. He might say something like, oh, man, I'm sorry, man. You know what I'm saying? Forgive me, man. I love you, bruh. You know, that type of bullshit. I love you, bruh. Oh, boy, he hits you with that shit. You know? And well, your girl might say the same, oh, I love you. It wasn't that serious with us. He said the same. Oh, I love you, bruh. We can get past this, man. I won't do it again. And the funny thing is, you might have both of them sit down with you and explain and try to justify why they did what they did. And if you didn't find out about it, they would have still kept doing it. The only reason why they feel bad about it because they got caught. That's the only reason why they feel bad about it. If you never found out about it, they would have kept going with it. So I don't buy into that bullshit. So they're both of them full of shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I got to fall back on both of them. You know what I'm saying? They ain't ever gonna be the same no more. Man or woman. Never gonna be the same. Now, some guys will say, bros before hoes. Man, you miss me with that bullshit. Bros before hoes. Man, miss me with that bullshit. Them hating ass dude. Look, let me tell you something. You probably got a hating ass dude around you right now. You probably don't know. You probably don't realize it. A lot of these guys become haters over the years. You probably got one of them hating ass dudes that say a little slick shit every once in a while. Well, like one of your good old buddies will see you sacrificing and trying to do better, you know, trying to invest in you or in yourself or some type of business, trying to make more money. So he'll sit back and watch you for years. And you might approach him and say, yo, man, let's do this and let's do that. Nah, man, I'm good, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So he'll sit back and watch you. He don't want to help do anything. He don't want to start anything, and he don't want to support you on anything, right? But when you come up, when he see you come up, start making some progress, he's the first one got his hand out. Let me hold something, bruh. Let me hold something, bruh. Let me hold something. Fuck out of here. See, it's that type of that hating ass bullshit. Yeah, no, I don't play that. He's the first one. Let me hold something. Hell no. I ain't letting you hold a goddamn thing. Because I told your ass 5 years ago, you know what I'm saying, what time it was. You said you good. Hell no. Hell no. I ain't got nothing for you to hold. No, There ain't no free lunch. This ain't no free lunch out here. There ain't no free lunch. Stupid. Ain't no free lunch. I ain't gonna sacrifice my time, my money, my energy and all of a sudden, when you see me doing better than you be like, oh, let me hold something. Fuck you. You kiss my ass. I don't care. And I don't give a damn if it's a family member either. I don't play that shit where, some people have family members and be like, yeah, you can't do that, man. That's your brother. That's your sister. No, I don't give a damn. If you're a hater, you're a hater. I don't play them favoritism games where if it's a family member, you're supposed to tolerate the bullshit. No, I don't play that. I wasn't raised like that. I wasn't raised like that. I told you, my family told me never attack your family members. But they didn't tell me I had to put up with no goddamn abuse, though. They told me cut their ass off. But don't attack them. Don't retaliate against them. That's what my parents told me. And they made me promise. Never attack your family members. Never do that. And you know what? I've seen family members actually attack each other. I had a cousin. This motherfucker killed his brother. He shot his brother in the face. I mean, it's wild shit. I mean, turns out this motherfucker was a crackhead. But even still then, even if you're a crackhead, you can't shoot your brother in the face, man. God damn. And when this shit happened, I was what? 10 years old when this shit happened? And these guys were in their 30s at the time. The dude named was Candy. They call him Candy Boy. Candy Boy was a carpenter, man. Candy Boy could build a house from scratch. This motherfucker, I wish Candy Boy was still living, man. I need his help. This motherfucker could build a house. I never seen no shit like this before. This motherfucker, if you give it Candy Boy a crew of 5 people, he'll build a house in 3 to 4 months completed. This motherfucker was hell when it comes to building houses, boy. I still ain't never seen no shit like that. The way he built houses, I never seen no shit like that. This motherfucker was a genius. I'm telling you. I wish he was still living. But his brother shot him in the face, man. And he died. He was, what? He wasn't even 40 yet. And I think from that experience, when that happened, my parents told me don't be like them. They said, don't be like them. And that makes sense. I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense to me, But yeah, that's about all I got to say. Yeah, I'm gonna put the link in here. You got anything you want to say? You can come on. I'm gonna put the link in here. Yeah, you might be different. Everybody's different when it comes to family. Some people will be like, shit, I don't give a damn if it's my family member or not. If they cross me, they lost me. They're going to get dealt with, just like a stranger. You know, some people are like that. I'm not like that. I just cut them off. That's all. You know, it's not right in my. It's not right or wrong in my world. It's just everybody just do things different. That's all. But yeah. But don't be naive. Don't be one of those people that think that, man, my brother or my sister would never do a thing like that to me. No, don't be thinking like that. Shit. Some people, in front of everybody, they do one thing. But when everybody's gone, they do a whole nother thing. So you gotta be careful with that. When see, what happens when nobody's looking? See, a lot of people, when nobody's looking, they do all kind of backstabbing, trifling shit. Yeah, a lot of people like that. See, I saw this when I was growing up. See, when Big Mama speaks, everybody listen. Now Big Mama gone. See, when Big Mama died, shit, motherfuckers be like, oh shit, I can do what I want now. You know, but when Big Mama was alive, Big Mama kept the family in check. And anybody that had an older grandmother, you know what I'm talking about. When Big Mama and granddad spoke, everybody listened. But when they died, shit, everybody do what they want to do now. You know, if nobody say nothing about the holidays, shit, it probably ain't much gonna go down. Yo,
Hey, what's up, buddy?
what's going down?
Nothing much. Just nice hearing from you again. That was crazy. That was really crazy. I can't even see that. I would never do that to my brothers. I don't know
Are you
if
talking about when my cousin shot his brother in the face?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
man. I couldn't believe that shit, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get it. I
And
don't
you
get
know
it.
what's crazy?
Uh-huh.
I used to ride my bike over to their house because they stay on my bicycle. It was probably like a 10-minute ride. I used to go
Right.
over their house all the time. And
Right.
my dad was saying, well, I'm happy you didn't go over there to see that shit.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Exactly. Because you don't know what else he's going to do, how he's feeling at the moment.
Yeah, you know, he was a dope fiend, so you know, tell him what that motherfucker would have done.
Exactly. Exactly. Man, that time of period, what was it, 10 plus years ago?
Uh nah, man, this was the 90s. Late night, this is
Yeah,
90,
yeah,
90, 95.
yeah, that was when I got in the military. About right before. Yeah,
Yeah,
right after.
yeah, yeah,
We went in both about the same time. Yeah, about that time.
yeah. It was
So
like
yeah,
95, man. I was I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that shit, bro.
yeah.
That
I'm
shit blew
sure.
my fucking mind.
I'm sure it went with you into the Navy. That's for sure. Man, I couldn't. I can't speak to that. No, not to any of my family members. No, even if they did come to me like that, I couldn't do it. I'm like, you know what? Go ahead. I just can't
Yeah,
do
I
it.
never. Yeah, even if
It's basically killing myself. I can't do that.
yeah, even
And
if
then
I had a even if I had a family member that tried to attack me, I wouldn't. You know, maybe I'd rough him up just to get off me, but I wouldn't try to hurt him.
yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that. You can think what you want all day, but you ain't doing that. No.
Yeah,
That's like that's that's like somebody, you know, hating on your family members or something like that, or hating on your, like my brother. Somebody was like, you're gonna hate on your brother. I'm like, absolutely not. He's a part of me. He's
Yeah.
he's he's doing something from an aspect that we used to talk about and we wanted to do. And I'm happy he got it. I'm like, I'm not like y'all. I don't do that. He's gonna come up. That's great. It's what we wanted to make our family stronger, not ourselves, our family. I don't understand this selfishness.
Yeah.
There has to be a point where that's, I don't even want to get into it. That's not, because it's what holds a family or community back. If you can't think like that, you're on your own. You're trash. I can't do that. I can't help
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, look, people are always going to have disagreements and about certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You're not going to always agree on everything. There's going to be some things about your brothers and sister that you don't like, but hey, you be like, okay, all right, cool, whatever.
Right. Right.
Shit. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just how that motherfucker is, man. All right, whatever, man.
Right. But I think for y'all, that was only because of the drugs. I think that was just because of the drugs, man.
Oh
Mm.
yeah, when in regards to him, yeah, that had a lot to do with him getting high for sure.
Yeah, because normally, if you got enough home training, that ain't gonna happen. No, absolutely not. But it sounds like his brother did, and he should have been too. So the only thing is common is drugs. It's not common as drugs. So
Yeah.
drugs messed up a whole bunch of stuff for our community, yo.
Man, when that shit came in, I'm from a small town, but when that shit, when the late '80s came in,
Yeah.
man, I remember smoking crack wasn't really a bad thing.
Oh
You
wow.
remember that?
No, my Baltimore was destroyed. You know how in The Wire, I don't know what year they were talking about. They were talking about smoke, so it had to been around, I guess, 80 something or late
It was
80s.
late '80s.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you now, Baltimore. When I was born, I guess about 4 or 5. I'll stop at 4 or 5. I'll let you know what it looks like later in this conversation. When I saw Baltimore as a 7 or 8 year old, it was just destroyed. It was
Oh damn,
completely destroyed. And I
damn.
don't mean the buildings. I don't mean anything like that.
Oh, the people.
It's the people. The
Yeah.
Baltimore was strong, the regular people that were strong, but the ones that got into the drugs, it was. And Baltimore's a great place. The people are good. It's just, very, 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 very small amount of people that are messed up. Even the ones that are in something messed up are usually good people. Very good people. Um, but
But
it but the you didn't know where to look, and there's somebody taking drugs and you're trying to keep away from them. They could take your property if you got drugs in your house, you know. So
well,
you don't even know, you can't even keep somebody around. Um,
but it
and
took
then
a while. It took a while to get to that point, though.
yeah, but ours went through like the 70s. Yours might have been later, but
Oh
ours
damn.
happened.
Oh,
Yeah,
it hit
see,
y'all early. Y'all got hit early.
yeah, you got to keep in mind it's a creek. It's a creek. Yeah, and it was a cheaper version of cocaine. So, they put the cocaine out in the other areas, and in the city, you got crack, to thin it out and disperse it. But anyway, I say this because in the 70s, I went down, all right, in 2000, maybe 2007. I was downtown in Baltimore, I mean, in DC, and I looked to my left and I looked at this school and another place straight ahead, and they had people doing ballet. You could see in the window, the door, and you could see all this other stuff being done. And I almost cried, and then because I had a flashback, and then I remembered that's what Baltimore looked like. Baltimore looked like DC at that time. in the 70s, and it just got destroyed. And that's it. It shows you just how bad. Because my parents and my uncle said there was businesses owned by black people all over Baltimore, and by then, almost no black businesses there. They had mechanics, they had, auto body shops. They had everything, grocery stores, everything, and you couldn't barely find any of that then.
Yeah, I heard the same thing happened, up north, like New
Mm-hmm.
York, Chicago. But where I'm from, um, as far as businesses go, a lot of that shit got
Demolished.
taken. That shit got taken during Jim Crow, where I'm
Mm.
from.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's it pretty much. Cause my grandfather, he lost 127 acres of land.
Yeah, yeah. We which kind of changed how we think up here. Like, say for instance, they would see that you owning a business, and then some people up here having businesses, and then you had to. That's why up here, it's kind of iffy finding somebody that would create a business. You have to keep in mind that, like, say for instance, our age group, they would say get a job and get retirement. You get all that pension and everything. You know, focus
Yeah,
on that. So if you get a business, they wouldn't
yeah,
necessarily tell you. But for those of us that they did tell, it's because they don't take it from you or do whatever. Um,
yeah, yeah. My
so
dad ended up working at the power plant in
hmm
the early '80s
hmm
after that wave of the Jim Crow thing. Once that kind of went over,
yeah,
I don't even remember how he got a job at the power plant. I never even asked him, but he ended up getting a job there, and that's when he got that job. That's when I started hearing people say, "Hey, you need to find a job, the government
hmm
job,
hmm
find a job that you can get a pension." That type of talk
hmm
going on.
yep,
Early '80s. That's when
yep.
that's when I started hearing about it.
If I knew what I knew now, I would have done more business stuff back then. But
Yeah,
I didn't know. I had ideas, but it was more towards working for the government and helping them out or whatever. Patriotism, whatever. They
yeah.
feel that too.
I didn't even. I was just too young. I didn't even know the shit was possible back then. Cause
You see people trying, but as I told a friend, stop doing that. They stop acting like a showman, or how do I put it? Like you're a huckster. Stop doing that. Stop doing it. Talk to people like they're an individual. When you do that,
yeah.
you can get all sorts of
Well,
business.
well. Here's the thing. Um, a lot of people that were making it, they just weren't saying nothing.
That too. That too.
They just wasn't
There's
saying nothing. For what I don't. For whatever reason, I don't know why. I don't know.
because there's a couple billionaires here that were black. That are
Yeah.
black.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's man. There's always been people that had money like that.
In
They,
fact,
they
I had a. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. I know plenty of people that had money like that, but they just don't. You would never know it unless he told you.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
man.
that's
Yes.
but that kind of pieces into the whole things that the people going around that needs to stop. The whole gender war thing and everything. Just you know making money and making sure that people are getting paid, and the prices of things, living is just skyrocketing. But it's been skyrocketing forever.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
The cost of living.
yeah,
Yeah. The cost of
seven,
living is going up like crazy.
like $7 an hour shouldn't have been the minimum wage from like what early '80s to what 2015, maybe 2020. How do you explain that?
You
Whereas being
can't.
a wait, whereas being a waitress or a cook back in what is the 1970s, if you saved a couple years, you could buy a house. And that's I understand that that's the distortion of how people think about people, young people now, or people our age, and it's like it doesn't operate the same way.
No.
I saw a list of the prices for things. It was like they earned like 5,000 a year or something like that, or 5 or 10,000 a year, and the house that they could buy was like 15,000, and they were paying like a 10 cents to 50 cents for bread, and I'm like, do you understand the difference between now and that? It's not the same. And so you see what the ladies are saying about earning 100,000 a year. It makes sense, but since they've been playing games with this money, it's just not going to work out. It's just not going to work out. It's a matter of it's either you stay here, not make enough money, and get ran over, or leave. You
Yeah.
take somebody you're married to and leave. Because how can you raise anybody in this environment when you don't have enough money to take care of everything? You need to be able to take care of everything, and anything under 100,000 is not going to work. It's just not.
Yeah. If you live in a big city
Hmm.
and y- you're not really living until you make at least 200,000 net.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. If
It
you might be all right if you're making less, but you ain't really living.
because the internet wasn't as, I mean, it still was. We were building it and everything, but if I had known what I know now between 2001 and 2012, I'd have been flying in from somewhere to go to work, stay for a few days, maybe 5 days, and go somewhere else.
Hey, gun man,
Build a house, build it in another state.
yeah, I mean, I think I would have, I known what I know now, to started early.
Yeah,
But you don't know what you don't know.
yeah, yeah.
You don't
And
know what you
then
don't know.
because I mean, like today, you don't even need a degree to have some of these tech jobs like we used to have. And they used to ask for 2 degrees and all this other stuff. And
Oh
now,
God.
all you need is a certification. You needed 2 degrees, couple certifications, all this different
I
stuff.
mean that the
But
whole job, the whole process of finding a job is bullshit. I was talking to a lady it's like a month ago
Mhm.
about, she wrote a book talking all about the whole resume thing and doing the interviews and having certifications. And I told her, man, the whole process is some bullshit. I mean, because you got a lot of people that say you should do this with your resume. You should say this in the interview. You shouldn't say that. I was like, I told her all of that shit. I found all that shit to be bullshit. I
Yeah,
said most of the things that people say works don't work for most people. And
yeah,
I said it took me 7 years to figure out what works for me. And I haven't stopped doing it since.
I mean, you can tell them you work hard and all this other stuff, but you know,
That's bullshit too,
it,
man.
what's a peaceful environment? Half the time,
And,
that's the
and
that's the number one. I don't feel like if you're not fussing around or doing anything, that's number one. Listen and do what I need you to do. That's it.
yes, it's no
And
it,
you'll be doing two different jobs at the same time.
true.
Yeah, minimum.
Shit, 3, 4, 5.
Which I mean, how people are looking at these young kids talking about they're not out there and they're not enthusiastic. Would you be enthusiastic looking at your parents doing 3 or 4 different jobs, working overtime or working real hard, it's messing with you and your family? You ain't getting paid more than enough. They're not promoting you. What did you think was going to happen? And they're
Yeah,
still not
I
promoting.
mean, what is there to be enthusiastic about?
I mean, look at the house prices. Look how much you're offering them. You think they're going to be making 100,000, 200,000 a year? There's people, what was it? It started 5 or 10 years ago that
Yeah.
you could come out of college with a degree or two. You're only going to be making minimum wage, a little bit more. Why would you think that was a good thing? You know?
Well, a lot of look, I said the same shit to my parents and some other people when I was growing up. I'm like, man, I don't. It's a lot of bullshit on that job, man. They say, oh, you just don't want to work. No, that ain't. It's just the bullshit. I don't want. I'm tired of going through the bullshit. That's what it is. You
Yeah.
know, but a lot of parents are hypocrites. They'll say, "Oh, you don't want to work. That's all." I'm like, no, that's not the problem. They just don't want to go through all that bullshit, all the politics on these jobs. That's what they want to. They don't want to tolerate that nonsense. Just because you tolerated it,
Yeah.
that don't mean everybody else supposed to do it.
But it's also, if you look back at the jobs, they're doing one job.
Yep.
We're doing 3 or 4 different jobs and we're getting paid about the same
Then you get,
much.
and
The
then you
same
get
amount.
paid less,
Yes. In COLA, cost of living.
and that goes up.
And
So,
that's why
so
I'm more friendly about, what's going on with everybody in the relationship thing. I understand, but everybody needs to calm down and you know, think about what's actually going on, what's happening with you. Because this stuff, the money thing, the cost of living, the housing issue, which everything they've known for over 10 years, they're just letting it stay. They're letting it stay. Like somebody doesn't want a house. Like somebody doesn't want a car. Like somebody doesn't want to go on vacations. Giving people money makes them spend money. You spend money to make money, you know.
yeah.
So I don't know what it's either they want to make you uh, stay here as a neo surf, or they want you to do what? Just to be in service to you. It just doesn't make any sense.
Well, yeah, that's what they really want you to do. Just work the system.
Yeah.
That's it. And once you start talking about, hey, I want, how do I get more than one income? That's when they'd be like, what? What are you talking about?
Right. Right. Or try to keep you from doing more than one income.
Yeah,
So.
everything. See, that goes against the grain,
Mhm.
but that's the only way you're going to be able to fucking hack the system. You have
Right.
that. That's going to have more than one income. Otherwise, you're gonna work yourself to death.
But that's why I'm also thankful for all this stuff happening, is because we need to start working together to get these businesses up, get these things up, get ourselves more organized. Because it's happened because we let stuff go,
Yeah,
and we need
yeah.
to take control. And
Now,
it's not about men controlling things or women controlling things. It has to be all of us controlling things. And you can't
yeah,
just dismiss one or the other. You
no.
have to pay attention what can get done, what needs to be gotten done, and who can do what. Not because they kissed your ass. We need to get capable people in there
All the
doing.
bullshit.
Yeah,
Oh, you qualified, or you overqualified, or you ain't got enough certification, you ain't got enough education. They always keep playing these games, moving the goalposts. It's that type
yeah,
of bullshit. Now, that's starting to change now. Now
yeah,
people be like, look, we just need to get somebody in here to know how to do this shit.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, just a matter of working together and everything. Um,
Yeah.
but other than that, yeah. Uh, so what else you got?
That's it, man. I'm about to jump off here, bro. Thanks for coming on.
Oh, no problem. No problem, man. And thank you for letting me know.
All right. Peace, peace. Yeah. So share the video, hit the Cash App, on your way out if you like what you heard and all that good stuff. And if you want to send me any emails, send it to renegademoney@gmail.com. That's renegademoney.com. I'm out.
Alright. Just got the call, it's going down tonight. It's a lot of goodbyes here tonight. But then I saw the sky and that I like. Hair from Cali, I live in the valley.